everyone, and welcome to the presentation about styling with confidence. So I am a colour and image consultant. I have been for the last 15 years. The reason I do it is it changed my life. So 20 years ago, I went to see a colour and image consultant, basically because one of my friends walked in looking amazing, and I wanted to know what she'd done. And I didn't think I was doing things too badly, and it turned out I was getting lots of things wrong. But at the same time, I was also that person that didn't know what suited them. I didn't know how to look good. I had every type of different clothing out there. I used to play dress up every day in not a planned way, but if it was a garden party, I'd go in pretty florals. If it was work, I'd go in like really formal business attire. I just didn't know what suited me. So I went along and it literally changed my life. And that's why I do this. So I've been an image consultant for 15 years. For those of you watching online, you're going to see a link to my business page. Feel free to ask any questions on my business page. I will get back to you later. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, you'll be able to ask questions later. But for those online, if you just type in a question, I'll get back to it later today and I'll answer as best I can. Okay, so who am I? So I'm busy. Everybody's busy these days. Everyone's multifaceted. We've got so much going on in our lives. So I am a business owner. I'm also a mum. So I've got a 12-year-old. My boy's just played AFL. Hopefully he's survived all right. So I'm a mum. I'm also a wife. I've got 2 dogs, so I'm a dog lover. If you come to the studio, you might meet them. You don't have to. But if you're a dog lover, they love to meet people. And I've got sort of 3 different parts of my business. So my main business is teaching women and men how to look and feel amazing, how to get it right, basically. Because there's so much out there. I was talking out before to the gentleman in the corner, and he was saying there's just so much choice. And so many people are lost. What I teach people to do is be themselves and be the best version of themselves, not the best version of somebody else. Not what the supermodel looks like, not what the person in the shop looks like, to actually be able to make those decisions yourself and know what suits you and what doesn't suit you. I also work with anti-aging skincare. So I'm 53, and at 42 I wasn't aging well. You might have guessed I'm English by the way I'm speaking. And English skin and the sun don't work. And I've been in the sun since I was 20. And they just don't work. They don't gel. So I was looking quite a lot older than I wanted to. And I wanted a healthy, natural way of going about it. It also will complement those girls or ladies that want to do fillers and things like that, but that wasn't the route I wanted to have. And a lot of my clients are quite low maintenance, so they want something that's quick and easy. So that works really well. So if you are somebody that's struggling with that, talk to me because it's amazing. I also do bra fitting in my studio, so I can come to you or I can do bra fitting. I can also do it online because it is a really important part of what a woman's wearing. So many women are wearing bras that are uncomfortable, that aren't supporting them, that they don't like. They just need to get them off first thing the minute they get home. And I can help them find something that actually works for them. And I've just started working with activewear as well, because hopefully we're going to exercise and we want to look good. You know, it's important. You don't want to be walking around in your daggy stuff, feeling daggy, feeling icky. You want to feel amazing. So, first impressions matter. There are 3 parts to a first impression, and you actually never get a second chance to make a first impression. And you don't know when you're going to make a first impression. That's the really hard part. You have no idea when you're going to meet your future boss, your future partner. You have no idea. So you could be going in on the train for an interview and be sat next to the person that's interviewing you. You know, I've met clients in the middle of Mullaney on a Sunday afternoon. You know, I live in Brisbane. You don't expect this stuff. So it's really important. There is 3 parts to a first impression. The bigger one, the 55%, that's visual. And a first impression, when I trained 15 years ago, I was taught that if you're welcome to take notes, but this is also being live streamed. So it's being live streamed to the MBS Facebook page, and I'll also send it over to mine. So you can watch it again. But you're welcome to take notes as well. When I was trained, I was told that you would get between 7 to 10 seconds to make a first impression. That was 15 years ago. Now we're so used to social media. Sorry, I'm just going to start my timer. You're so used to social media that it's actually about 1 to 2 seconds. We're used to scrolling. We're used to making that quick decision. So it's really changed. And so a first impression is basically visual. It is what you're wearing. It's the way you present yourself. It's the expression on your face. I mean, if I'm sat here going, oh, I really don't want to talk, You know, I'm not going to give a good first impression. So it's all of that. And we're making that split decision in the first few seconds. And you think about it. Let's imagine you're all in the dating game. I've never been on Tinder, but I gather it's quite a quick swipe. That decision's made. You know, it is that fast. You're walking past stallholders today, making that decision. You're possibly walking away from people going, oh, they don't look very well, I'll avoid them. We've got all this inbuilt into us, and it goes back to cavemen times when we needed to know what was safe and what wasn't. So really important to make a first impression. You're 38%. That's what you say. And like I said, I actually think this has changed quite a lot now because you don't get to say very much. A first impression, you might get to say, hello, my name is. That's really all you're going to get. But because we're so visual now, you might not even get that chance. And the last one, the 7%, is the content. It's what you actually say. But the decision's been made. You've decided already if you're going to swipe past that guy or not, if you're going to talk to somebody or not. And for those of you in business, it's really important. Because businesses, people buy people. And people will judge you and your business by the way you and your staff present themselves. So if you've got front office staff and they're not presenting themselves well, they're not representing your business well. If you've got your own business, it is vitally important to make certain you're getting this right. People buy people. This is color. So color is my world. This is what brought me in. It's what inspires me. And it's really important. If you're wearing the wrong color shading for you, then you will look tired. You will look drawn. You will look older. If you're wearing the right color shading for you, you will look alive, well, healthy, in male terms, dynamic. You'll look on your game. Have you ever heard that? Oh, he didn't quite look the part. Or she wasn't management material. Color's a big part of that. Style's a massive part of that. So color is vital. And you can see by the lady at the bottom the difference it can make. She's also in the right style. I'm going to quickly show you here. Welcome to come and check on my stand at F08 later. So this is me in the wrong color. Now, we're in horrible electric light. When I work in natural light. It really is the only way to do it. But can you see I've gone luminous green? It's really bright on me. Now I'm going to look at my beautiful client Megan in the corner. This would look amazing on her because she's a spring. I'm a summer. It's like my polar opposite. It doesn't work for me. We all have an underlying skin tone. I'm just going to put myself in something better so you don't have to watch me like this any longer. And this is me in the right colors. Is that easier on the eye? I look more approachable. I look younger. I look fresher. I'm just easier to look at. Now, going back to Megan, she would look tired and sick in this. She'd look quite grey in this because it's not her colour. It's my colour. So colours are everything, but everybody sits in one of those sections. Lots of people think they can wear everything. You really can't, unfortunately. But there's a red, there's a green, there's a pink, there's a purple in every section. It's finding out that tone that works for you. And that's what we're looking for. The top half, the springs and autumn, are mainly yellow-based. And the bottom half has more blue in it. Your springs and your winters are bright, so they need that bright colours. People like me, the summers or the autumns, we need muted. We need softer colours. That's what I do. That's what I teach you. And the problem is, when we're looking at the top, we don't look at that stuff. We look maybe if we like the blue one or the pink one or the green one, but we don't look at what it does to us. And as women, we generally have makeup on. We generally have hair colour in. We can't make those decisions because I need to be a blank canvas. And there you go. So these are two of my autumn clients. So what I do is very personalized. It's finding your highs and lows. So my autumn clients can wear a quarter of the colors in the world. It's not just these 6 or 7 I've put on them, but these are their top. These are their wow colors. They're the ones that actually make them look amazing. The rest, I advise you how to wear them. Is it just below your waist? Is it just an accessory? But I show you it's better than the other ones. And then does black suit everyone? So it's a common question. I can wear black, black slimming, little black dress. Yeah, it doesn't work for most people. It does work for my winters. They look amazing in black. But if I pop black on myself, I'll do it on this as well. So that's me in one of my darker colors that works for me. You can see I look healthier. And if I put black on me now, can you see I look tired? You know, it's day 3 of the expo. It's a big expo. I look tired. I don't feel good when I wear black, but I also look bigger. So if you're watching me across here, if I take this off, okay, when you look here, you're going to see, because black's a dense color, you're going to see it across me. If I take it off, do you see now? You look here. So if you're wearing black and it's not yours, you actually can be putting weight on yourself, which is pretty much the opposite that most people want to do. So have a look at this stuff. Watch it. Look in a mirror. What we tend to do is we dress because we like things. We like a color. We like a pattern. We like something. Oh, it looks really good on the shop assistant. But in fact, what we actually should be doing is looking at what it looks like on us. And for women, it's looking what it looks like on you without makeup on. Because makeup's a war paint. We can layer stuff on. Things can work better. But you really want to be doing so you don't have to do all that stuff. Oop. And I said, let's go back one. These are some of my winter clients. They can wear black. So Lisa's been walking around today. She was wearing red earlier. They can wear black. So some people can. I can't. And that's the important thing of finding out what works for you. How are you perceived? I want you to think about this really carefully because, like I said, we tend to just get dressed because we like things. We tend to almost have a uniform that we get stuck in, that we don't deviate out. If that uniform's great, wonderful. But quite often it isn't. It's comfortable. It's easy. But what you want to be thinking about is how do you want to be perceived every day? So I'm going to go back to that get dating thing. You know, if you're dating, you might want to be perceived as fun and friendly and sexy. You might not. Now imagine you're a corporate lawyer. You're going to want some really big words as a corporate lawyer. If you're at work, you're going to want the dynamic. You're going to want in control. You're going to want professional. You're going to want reliable. All of these can be done by your exterior appearance. If you're a personal trainer, you want healthy. Yeah? Then there's words you might not want. So think about the words you don't want as well as the ones you do. When I first did this presentation, I did it for a real estate company, and these were some of the words they didn't want their staff to be perceived as. Yeah? You want to be thinking about this. So always think about the audience that you're going to be meeting. Who are you expecting to be meeting? Now, on my stand at the moment is my beautiful friend Caroline. She's a divorce lawyer. She's a family lawyer. But she deals with a lot of domestic violence people. She doesn't necessarily want all those big lawyer words. Of course, she wants reliable and trustworthy. You know, she wants all and detailed, but she wants to be approachable. The last thing she wants to do is scare off people. She meets people in coffee shops because it's easier. Divorce is yucky, and if you're in domestic violence, it's very yucky. And touching on that, a lot of my clients have been through some sort of domestic violence or child abuse. So if there is anyone in the room that's going, oh, I can't, or if there's anybody online, those are the people I love to work with because I literally can change your life. I can change your confidence. And, do you recognize yourself? So, I only told her today she's on the presentation. This is lovely Megan. She arrived in white. It didn't work. She's a spring. But she's not the real bright spring. She's the more softer one. And in fact, she's wearing her top color today. And then this is Kelly. Now, Kelly's deeper in those. So it's finding out those right colors for you, the ones that really work for you. Biggest word I can teach you is the word appropriate. If you take nothing out of this conversation today, take the word appropriate and use it. Use it every single day for whatever you're doing. All right? There are 6 W's. So the first one is, who are you meeting? Is it your boss? Is it your girlfriends? Is it your first date? Who are you meeting? You want to always think about that. The next one is, where are you meeting them? We dress differently for different environments. The golf club, the beach, the office. Always think about the where. What and why, they are different, but they sound like they can be the same. So let's imagine you're working in sales, and the boss has called you into a meeting. So that's your what? So that's your why. You have just had the best month ever. It's amazing. You've brought in the biggest client the company's ever had. Your why is you want a pay rise out of that meeting. Now imagine, let's reverse it. You've had a really bad month. You just lost the biggest client. You might want to be quite not very obvious. Your why is different. Okay? When? Time of day. We dress differently for different times of day. An evening meeting as opposed to a morning meeting. And the last one is, what is the weather doing? So have you ever seen somebody and you've gone, Are you not cold? Are you not hot? You're weird. So always think about this. Now, sometimes it's really hard to get this right if you've got a day that does lots of different things. So I used to do an early morning business networking group. Very masculine energy, very male orientated. The next thing I did was ironing people's faces with wrinkle iron. It's very personal, it's very chatty, it's very relaxed. I'm creating relationships. I needed to change, not what I was wearing because I didn't have time, but I needed to change little things. And I'm going to show you those things now. And clothes are never for frivolity. Mm-hmm. Okay, some summer clients. So I'm a summer. Caroline is on my stand. That's my lovely divorce lawyer friend. And Zoe is also a client of mine. Again, they're different. They're different people. They have different highs and lows. We're going to go through some common things that people ask me all the time. And then we're going to go back to how we can change the way we're perceived. So, bigger hips. It's a really common question. People who've got weight on around this area, they want to know what to do. Simple thing is, most people have weight on, will try and hide it. They'll try and buy a top that's bigger, that kind of hides the bum. Can't see my bum any longer? Well, can you see, if I do this, can you see I'm actually bigger here than I am here? So I am actually bigger here, but I don't emphasize that. I emphasize higher up to lift it. I don't wear jackets that sit all the way down here. They have a higher end because it's not emphasizing my widest point. And that's exactly the same outfit. We've just tucked it in and changed the boots. She looks completely different. People have got no curves. Oh, we lost one. People have got curves. Embrace your curves, ladies. Those people that have no curves are so jealous. Embrace them. Make the most of them. Maybe don't wear the skin tight things, but wear things that skim. Wear things that hold you in. Wear tops that give you space here. Not things that go all the way up here because it's a bigger block of color. You're emphasizing the wrong area. So always think about where you want to emphasize. Wear skirts that go out. Unless you want the sexy look, which is fine. You've got curves. And then you can do skirts that do that. And those people with no curves, we almost need to create curves. We need to create interest. So layers are really good. But watch your proportions. Watch that you're not making yourself too long here. So raise it up. So you've got this 2/3, 1/3 is actually the best way. And again, emphasizing bust area can add to curves, and emphasizing a waist can add to curves. Masking a tummy, the biggest question I get asked. How to mask a tummy? Most of my clients are 40 plus. Menopause has got in our way. We've had kids. Yeah, we've got babies' bellies. You don't want to be emphasizing your belly. So if I turn around here and I put my belt like that, where's my biggest area? Straight away. Now if I put my belt over there, do you see that's changed? Your eye has been taken away from the curve, from that area. I can see a lady in the back giggle. Other ones are really good ones are scarves. So by doing that, all this has disappeared. You can do it with a knot. It does still work. So just be careful where you're placing that knot, that we're not sitting it too low. And long necklaces work really well. So those are all great things you can do. And dresses that anchor here, not here. So things that swoop. And so I actually got married when I was pregnant, and my dress had all the scooping here, so you'd mask the tummy. You didn't see the tummy as much. Clothing personalities. So clothing person is really important. You want to be you. Now, sometimes people actually don't know who they are, and that's where I can really help. And sometimes we're just getting it wrong. But a lot of women, like I said earlier, will dress for situations. So we'll wear floral dresses for this, and we'll wear tight, skimpy things for this, and we'll wear office wear, but we're not looking at who we actually are. There are 6 clothing personalities. There's only 5 for men, but there's 6 for women. The first one is our dramatics. So our dramatics, they need structure, they need statement, they need edginess, they need angles. So Cher's a really good example of that. Then we've got our princesses. Princesses are pretty. They're girly. Yeah, I've watched a couple of people walk around today, and they're 60 odd, and they've got bows in their hair, and they look amazing. I would look stupid because I'm Peter Pan. So if we look at personalities, you think about Gwyneth Paltrow, think about Reese Witherspoon. Now imagine Reese Witherspoon playing the evil stepmother. It's not going to work. Imagine Cher playing, Barbie. It's not going to work. You've got to be in your personality, and that's what I teach people, is what works for you. Not just your body shape, but what works for you. I've got 3 at the bottom. We've got our naturals. So I've been saying all day, there's people walking around today in beautiful boho outfits. They look incredible. They will have natural in them. Naturals can also just want really natural feel. So it's not necessarily have to wear the flowing boho. There's people walking out there today in their beautiful boho dresses that really it's not doing them any favors. If I put boho on, I look stupid. It doesn't work for me because I'm Peter Pan. We've also got the romantics, the glitz and the glamour, the fairy godmothers, Elizabeth Taylor, or Oprah Winfrey's a softer version. And then the classics, what most people want to be, they want to be the king or the queen. They want to be Kate Middleton, that effortless ease. She's got classic and she's got natural in her. And that's why she crosses that boundary between the mum and the future queen really well. So finding out who you are can be life-changing. One of my beautiful clients who I met a few years ago here at Mind, Body, Spirit, she came to see me when she was 70. She was invisible. She literally said, I've come to see you because I'm invisible. She's a spring, so really bright colors. She loved the colors. And she turned out to be a dramatic natural. Now, she's the second eldest of 11 kids. She's now 74 years old. She was raised with look after everyone else. Nobody wants to hear from you. You're just a woman. You're never going to amount to anything. Unfortunately, that was told to a lot of people. Luckily, we've learned not to do that to our girls now. And girls can be, do, and have everything and know that. We've always been able to know it. Always been able to do it. We just never knew it. So she spent her whole life not speaking up because nobody wanted to hear from her. She wasn't supposed to say anything. She's since transformed into this person that talks her mind, that expresses everything. She looks absolutely incredible, and her whole life has changed. So for some people, color can be a tweak. For some people, it's life-changing. It opens up possibilities to them of how their life can be different. Power of lipstick. Didn't think that was the next one. I think I've lost one again. Yep, not bad. Okay, power of accessories. This is how you can change how you're perceived. So I have had lots of comments today about my sparkly jacket. People love it, but other people will be looking at it going, ugh. They're probably classic or naturals. They're going, I can't cope. But anyone who's on the dramatics, the romantics, the princesses, they go, oh, that's so cool. Peter Pans, they just love me. Okay, but if I take this off and change it up, oh, do you see? I look a little bit more professional. I look more like I could be in an office. Now, if this was a very formal jacket, I would definitely look like that. So just simple changes can make that difference. This goes back to ancient times. In the old days, in England, you had the peasants. They couldn't wear nice stuff. They couldn't afford it. And you had the nobility, and they could wear all the beautiful bling and amazing jewels. And the two never met until trading and merchants started to happen a lot more. And people that were not born into nobility could start to dress like nobility. And guess what? These people hated it. So they put in a whole load of laws to contain conspicuous consumption. Keep people in their place. So it was how much gold thread you could wear, how much silver thread you could wear, what jewels you could wear. It's where we get the names cardinal red, royal purple, and royal blue from. Only royalty could wear those last two colors. Only cardinals could wear the first one. And we get this all the time. So if you think about when you join the army with no bling. Yeah, nothing. You don't have any trappings. And as you go up the ranks, you direct trappings of power and authority. Okay? You get bling. Okay? Go back to my corporate lawyer and my family lawyer. If you went to see a corporate lawyer on Tuesday in Brisbane City, you would expect them to be suited and booted. Unless they sold themselves as an alternative lawyer. Because then they've already gone. Don't expect the norm out of me. Yeah? So it's really important to be thinking about these things. So jackets are your suit of armor. So anytime you need to be armored against the world, put on a jacket. Men do this beautifully. They will meet and greet you. Can I get that? They'll meet and greet you with their jackets done up. And then they will sit down and they'll open up the barrier to communication. And then if they want to work with their team, they'll go down into their shirt sleeves. Yeah. Women, we don't think about this. Men do it instinctively. Now, as women, try not to disconnect myself. There we go. As women, we can do this in all sorts of levels, though. We can do it with sparkly jackets. We can do it with casual jackets. We can do it with long coat. You've got beautiful long coat on. We can do it with the long coats. So we can play with this depending on levels of authority and what we need. So if I'm talking to someone who's a teacher, they might not want to be suited and booted. They might not want the structure, but they could do this. It's still a little bit of armor. It's a bit of authority against the kids. So we also can put a brooch on. I'm going to do it on this because it's not going to get a bit lost on that. So if I put a brooch on myself, if I put a brooch on myself and it stays, we'll use my finger. Can you see I've up-leveled this jacket? I've gained a little bit more power. I added a medal, a badge of wisdom. The exhibitors, we've all got our exhibitor badges. It shows we're an exhibitor. We belong here. So brooches can be a really good accessory that are simple and easy to use. And you can use it just on a blouse or a shirt. So that's that one. Next ones. What else have I got? I've got a bracelet on. I've got a watch on. I've got earrings in. I've got a necklace on. I've got a belt and heels. And we're going no further than that. Okay, everyone? So first thing, I'm hoping they can see this, and take my bracelet off. So if I take my bracelet off, do you see I've lost power? I'm not quite as formally dressed as I was a second ago if I pop it back on. So for men, this is your cufflinks. Your most formal look for a man is cufflinks, then buttoned, and then gradually short sleeves and all those things. If you want to wear them, maybe not for business. Okay, I've got the earrings in. Hopefully you can see it. If I take one earring out, can you see I'm just a little less dressed than I was before? I've lost a little bit of authority. Now, again, depending on your situation, they could be long dangly earrings, which are saying fun. Those are great ones. They're fun ones. But they could be saying that fun and funky. They could be more business professional. Think about your situation. I've got a necklace on. It's sparkly because it's me. This is my jugular protection. It is protecting my weakest area from you guys, basically. And if I take this off, if I can, yes I can, no I can't. If I take this off, do you see I've lost some power? Okay. Can't get rid of that bit now. Okay. Okay, I've got a belt on. So for men, that's your tie or its collars. Now, in winter, I'll often do that using a scarf. It's a softer way to do it. And again, depending on clothing, personalities, depends on how you'd wear that scarf. And also for ladies, always think about what's happening with your neck with a scarf. So if I put the scarf on like that, can you see I've just doubled my neck? Because I've what's called a soft neck. This is soft. Doesn't matter what exercises I do. I'm born that way. I don't have that beautiful ballerina neck. I'd love one, but I don't have it. The people with ballerina necks can wear chokers. They can wear tops like that. People who don't have it, you've got beautiful ballerina neck. You could wear high things. But I can't. It makes me look tubby. So I will never wear a scarf like that unless I'm freezing to death, because that will be more important. I'll wear a scarf away, and because I'm Peter Pan, I'll wear it like that. A little bit more boyish. Okay? But a scarf can do that jugular protection as well. All right, and I've got a belt on. So belts are your ammunition belt. So for men, this actually is a sexual message. It shows that you're not firing blanks. So it is an important one. If you've got belt loops, you should wear a belt. And if I take that off, do you see I've lost the power? And it could be a blingy belt. I didn't bring mine today, but it could just be a little belt. It could be, there's some amazing belts out there I've been seeing today. But it's got to be you. It's got to be your personality again. What works for your personality? So I'm just going to put that on the final ones. I've got heels on. So these are our sexual message women. Again, think about what message you're trying to take out all the time. I'm not saying wear heels every single second of the day. But if you need to hold power, wear your heels. Because I've just lost a whole load of power by taking those heels off. And if those of you that saw me earlier, I was wearing sparkly trainers until I walked in here, because today I'm presenting. So I needed heels to present. And the final one is lipstick. So if I take my lipstick away, do you see how? If I take my lipstick away, I lose the right to speak, okay? You see that? So I'm going to go to the next slide, which shows that better. So the only thing different in that photo is lipstick. So if I'm presenting, I will always have a strong lipstick on. I've had strong lipstick on all weekend. If you bump into me in Coles on Wednesday, I'd maybe not have a strong lipstick on. It will depend what colours I'm wearing, because your lipstick should work with your colours as well. But if I'm presenting or I'm imparting information to people, lipstick shows you're confident in what comes out of your mouth. Makeup. How much is too much? How much is too little? Makeup, again, is very individual. My naturals will be happiest with less makeup on. I do not believe you have to be completely made up all the time. I actually only have tinted moisturizer on today. I've not got 6 layers of makeup on. But I'm in business. I'm presenting. It's important. This was a study, and it was not done by me. It was done years ago by a recruitment agency, actually. And they presented this to future employers, and they asked, which is business appropriate? Which one do you think it is? Last one? It's actually the second to last one. Yeah, because the last one is just that little bit too much. Now, again, depending on your business, could depend on whether that's too much for you or not. But what people see is that if you haven't bothered to put makeup on, back to your first impression, you ran out of time in the morning, you're not honoring them. So it is important. It's a personal decision. So it might just be a bit of lip and a bit of mascara. But for business, it really should be there. Guys, you don't need to do it, okay? But for women, it is business appropriate to have something on. I spoke to a recruitment agent a couple of years ago. If somebody arrived for their recruitment agency interview with wet hair, whether it was tied in a ponytail or not, she would not put them on her books. They did not bother getting ready for her meeting. Why would they bother getting ready for anyone else? So always think about it. It is important. Subtle messages. So we've done the big stuff. But these are other messages that people get from you. They tend to be when you've been with people a little bit longer. Now imagine you've gone for a coffee meeting with somebody. Oh, that date. And your phone screen is cracked. It has some really dodgy picture on it. It might have photos of your kids on it. That could be great. But do you want those people to know all that information? So you want to be thinking about the information you are giving out to people. Because people are scanning. You're scanning everybody all the time to try and find out who they are. So if you've got a phone that is cracked, buy a cover that covers it. Because all everyone else thinks is you haven't got the money to replace it or you can't be bothered. It shows sloppy. Yep. Your wallet. We get our wallets out all the time. We pay for things. Is your wallet packed with receipts and no money? It shows you don't manage money well. Is it packed with money? Who carries lots of money these days? Nobody. You look at people going, why have you got all that cash? We're not a cash society any longer. So always think about this. And also, what does that wallet look like? Does it look like you are a successful or you're a well put together person? Or maybe should it really be in the bin or should it really be your kid's wallet? Think about the message you want to put out. Your pen, likewise. So if we're talking about the boys' club, they will have a really good pen. So if you're a lawyer, anybody that's signing things, you'll have a Mont Blanc, a Cartier, you will have that stuff. Men do this automatically. As women, we don't. So your pen, just make certain it looks like it could be nice. It can be, $10 pen from Officeworks. Nobody needs to know, but it doesn't want to look like a Mickey Mouse pen or too much information. Always think, and if you're in business, don't use somebody else's pen. It's their business you're promoting, not yours. So think about it. And if you do business pens, make certain they're nice enough that they say the quality of your business. Keys. Now, keys don't often come out. Men like to be jailers, so they'll quite often have lots of keys. We need 3 keys. We need a house key, we need a car key, we might need an office key. All other keys can be put somewhere else. You can leave them at home, you can leave them in your office, you can leave them in your car. Don't carry too many keys. And think about what your key fob says. Is your key fob saying you go to Liquorland, you gamble on Gold Lotto, you shop at Aldi? I love Aldi. It's not on my keychain because it's too much information for people. There is still that perception. So think about those things. Men will argue cars are really important. I would argue the state of your car is really important, not necessarily the brand of your car. But is it clean? Could you actually have somebody in your car and not go, oh my God, it's so bad? Yeah. And your handbag, as women, we have a lot of information about our handbags. So some people will have girly handbags, some people will have sparkly handbags, some people will have handbags that really should have been thrown out 5 years ago. Get rid of them, buy a new handbag, it's not difficult. And the last one is perfume. If you are going into a business meeting or an interview, do not wear perfume, or for men, do not wear aftershave. It is about a sexual territorial marking. It's about getting your smell out to somebody else. They might or might not like it. Why would we take that risk? There will be people here, probably right now, who are allergic to perfume. Now imagine you're going for a job interview with somebody and you're going to be working with this person a lot. You're something like, a PA or something like that. You're going to spend time with them. And they're allergic to perfume. Do you think they might choose the other candidate that's equally qualified over you because they're going to sneeze every time they see you? They could just not like your perfume. Some people hate the heavy poison type perfume. Some people hate the pretty floral perfume. Why would you take that risk? And the other one is perfume is about emotional response. So imagine you're going for an interview with a guy. He's just divorcing his wife, who's sleeping with his best mate. She's taking him to the cleaners, and you just happen to wear the same perfume. Do you think he's going to have a gut reaction that there's something he doesn't trust about you? He is going to have that. He's not going to know what it is, but he's just going to have that something. Yeah. Or it could be the perfume his mistress is wearing, which you also might not want that gut reaction. So always be clean. Perfume is your personal life. It's not your business life. Okay? Final thoughts. Maybe. How are you remembered? So we've done all this work on how you can get the right first impression. And most of the things I've taught you today, you can do without coming to see me. I'd love you to come and see me because I know I change lives. But there's a lot of information here that you can take away today and implement, and I hear it all the time. And that's why I do these talks. Because not everyone will come and see me. But always think about these things. Manners. You notice when somebody's got good manners, don't we? It's a skill that's almost lost. But having those good manners, the please, the thank you, just being a nice person, people remember it. Timekeeping. Always aim to be 15 minutes early for a meeting. Don't aim to be on time. Aim to be 15 minutes. Now, don't walk into the meeting necessarily 15 minutes early. But be in the location, because life gets in our way. We have traffic jams. We have stuff. Things happen. So aim always to be on time, but really 15 minutes early is better. Okay, etiquette. Etiquette is the art of making other people feel comfortable. So if you're going out for lunch with somebody and you're paying, you turn around and go, I'm going to have a starter and a main course, and I think I'm going to have dessert. Because now she immediately knows she can order a starter, a main course, and dessert. Otherwise, she sat there going, I don't know if I should order a starter. I'm not paying. It's all that stuff. It's making people feel at ease. I've got personal habits, hygiene, and body language. They kind of all go together. If you know somebody that is battling with personal hygiene, please, please let them know. We tend to avoid it, but the problem is they might not know. And how would you feel it if it was you? You'd want to know. So do it nicely, do it respectfully, but let them know. And also make certain you're looking after your own personal hygiene. We do need to shower every day. I know my son doesn't like the idea, but we do. But body language is really important. Like I said before, if I stood here on my stool like this, do you think I want to talk to you? No, it's really important, body language. And we have these personal habits that we don't often know we do. Just watch. Have you got any personal habits that's a little bit, you don't want to be sending that information? And then, final one. Expo. So I do have 2 Expo specials. If you'd like to work with me, I would love to work with you. I want to work with the people that want to work with me. It's that simple. I want to change people's lives. I've got a colour class. It's 3 hours. It's $300 on the Expo special. It's a saving of $75. You will find out the right colours. You will know how they work for you, and you'll also know the proportion to wear of them. On my full day will do everything. It will change your life. It will give you all the information that you need to be able to shop confidently for yourself. That's my aim, that you actually never need to come and see me again. It's a really bad business model, but that's my aim. I want you to be able to do this yourself, and I want you to feel empowered so you can look as amazing as my client in the corner. Okay, and it did this last time. It doesn't like my power. There we go. That's how you contact me. So if you want to reach out, for those of you watching online, again, like I say, reach out to me. Ask me questions. Put a message in. Find my Facebook page. My Linktree has everything. Everything I do is on there. So I would love to chat further with you and have an amazing day. Go out and be amazing and awesome. Thank you.